Hey, good afternoon. This is Neil with Simpler Futures. It is Wednesday, the 25th of January, and this is a post-market review kind of update looking at things. Last we were together was a couple nights ago, and it's back in this area Monday. And at the time, we were just trying to kind of wait for this thing to pull back a little bit and test down around this weekly pivot and see if that was good enough to hold for a continuation of the prevailing kind of trend or sentiment, which seems to be lower left to upper right, higher, I guess, if you will. And so what we get between now and then is Microsoft reports and guides, a little warning, and so we come in soft this morning, test down, find this weekly pivot area, and rally pretty remarkably, actually, all the way back up to the prior settle and weekly balance up here at 32. And that's, I mean, at one point, this thing was down 70 on the day, and it rallies back up to unchanged. Pretty impressive, to be honest. So here's what I'm doing now that it's Wednesday and we're, trying to make a plan for looking forward. And that would be that draw a fib from the low of today to the high. Note the retracement levels here. It's already tested the 236 into the close here. So just below that, we got 4008. That's the 382. And then a little lower than that, the half back at 4,000. Now, what is also there at 4,000 is today's ending mid and VWAP, which makes me like that spot. That's the spot. Now, it could be 4008 or 4,000, but I'm gonna, if I get say which one I like, then the one that I like now is 4K on retrace for support, and higher. And just as an overall kind of sense, just keep in mind and remember that really anything above like 90, 2, 3 down here is really bullish anyway, because that's balance, and we're above it. We do print into some what has been overhead at these 35s. You can see that's been an issue up here for a little while now. But back there again today. That is balanced so far in the week. It's a Wednesday. This balance down here at 39.93 is much, much, much bigger. That dates all the way back into, oh my goodness, I think it's mid-November. I mean, so that's a big deal. Well, also mid-August. If you profile all the way back to mid-August, it's the same. So anyway, basically anything above the 39.90s is bullish, on a higher time frame. But just looking at today, we tested back, found weekly pivot, and bounced, right? So that was part of the plan. Let it settle down, find something down here that ideally, would be good enough, and resume the bid. So that's plan going forward. Now, let's say, what if we're wrong? You got to have a plan for, oh yeah, but what if? Like, Tesla reports today, and it could be bad. For all I know, maybe the whole thing falls apart and it starts to, just trade south. For all I know, that could happen. It's not the view, but it certainly could. So what would that be? Well, there's a target down here that frankly, I liked as potential for the break to test, and it didn't. And in the event that this thing breaks again, then you'd have to assume that you'd be looking for the low of this break not to hold, but yet to exceed it slightly. In that case, on a break that gets really, it's got to get below 39.90. That's the line in the sand here. 92, call it 92. It had to get below 92 on a break, and then we go, okay, we weren't looking this way, but guess what? We have to accept it is what it is, and and then we have to look down, right? Well, what is that target? That target is 39.50. And so if it starts to break and not hold on some news that could happen, who knows what that might be, then that's what we would target on a break, would be 39.50. I'd still frankly look for that to hold, to be honest with you, and still be another buy the dip that ultimately resolves itself to the upside. I have no intention with this current pricing, the way things are going right now, I have no intention of vacating the bullish overall higher time frame bullish view going out into mid-February. I'm still very much in holding on to that, but during the process, I got to make a plan for day by day, and what do we want to try to do with it day by day, right? So that's the purpose of this video, looking in on the real short time frame. So what's the plan for now going forward? Just like it was on Monday, looking into Wednesday. Now we're Wednesday, looking into Friday, and then we'll take the next step, right? Good trade, nice evening, enjoyed it being with you. So let me know in the comments if you have anything, ideas, agree, disagree, thumbs up, down, what you want to look at, and we'll try and do that. Till then, take care.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me